Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Ali Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone goal.
Live from downtown Baton Rouge, it's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB, hour number 3 here on this Tuesday morning. It is hour number 3. It is Tuesday, so you know what that means. Nick Underhill, NewOrleans.football, joins us now. Nicholas, how you doing? How you living? What's up, sir?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Strong to quite strong, I'd say. Good football weekend yet again, and I know the New Orleans Saints were not victorious. I know that. But still, I'm saying that the development of this team is going in the right direction, and I think Spencer Rattler played great. So I'm going to be positive here on this Tuesday morning.
Yeah, I agree. I think he played pretty well. I thought it was a step in the right direction. I thought he got better week over week, and I think that's what you want to see from a guy in his second season, and for all intents and purposes, his second start with other viable NFL players on the offense with him. He didn't have that last year, so yeah, I thought he played. I thought he played pretty good. I mean, that throw to Olave is one that kind of sticks in your craw a little bit, but other than that, I mean, man, he had 2 throws there that I thought probably if you made a top 10, 15 list of, throws of the week across the NFL. I mean, I think he has 2 strong candidates to get in there. The throw to Shaheed, definitely. And the one to Juwan, too. I mean, he's got pressure coming at him. Doesn't, have a great base set. Still gets the ball out. Like, it's perfectly placed, going where his guy can get it. I mean, I thought it was a good performance for him. I'm encouraged. And, honestly, like, you start looking at the second-year players around the league at that position, he's certainly not at the bottom of the list of those guys. I mean, I thought he played better than McCarthy. I think, he played better than Penix at least this week. Penix was pretty good week 1. Like, he's playing well right now. I think he's showing you, what you need to see. At some point, he's got to win a game, but, I think he's doing pretty well so far.
You brought it up. You brought the throw to Olave up, and we were talking about that a little bit yesterday. If Olave is a true number 1 receiver in the NFL, they make that catch 9 times out of 10, right? I mean, you see Joe Burrow make post routes in the end zone that are back hip, back shoulder that they catch routinely just because of receiver. A number 1 receiver has body control. Like, you didn't see that from him. What is your analysis of Chris Olave to this point? Because something just looks a little bit off. His routes aren't clean. They don't look crisp, and it looks kind of hard to read from a quarterback. His body angles, his body speed, it just looks like something's a little off. What are you noticing?
Yeah, I'll give you. I mean, he got a hand on it. Like, you got to pull it in, but like at the same time, there was 10 yards of space. Like, there was a much easier throw to make. So I think, you can knock both guys. I put a bigger knock on the quarterback for that throw. Just me. I mean,
for sure.
I didn't play the position you did, so I'll defer to you.
All I'm saying is, like, number 1 receivers in the NFL make that catch pretty routinely, right?
Yes.
Mike Evans is coming down with that catch, right?
Yes. Chris comes off to me as a guy that seems a little frustrated right now, to be honest, just reading body language and all that stuff. Like, it just seems like maybe everything isn't all the way on the same page at this point right now. I think there's probably ways to get him a little bit more involved and get him into the flow of things maybe earlier in the game. Like, they tried there. I mean, so that might be a BS comment to make by me. yeah, I don't know. Like it just doesn't seem to have like fully clicked into place yet. Like all the way around with all their weapons though. Like it's just been kind of quiet, but it is an offense that's throwing for like 200 yards a game right now. And I don't know how many opportunities there's supposed to be. He had 5 catches this week for 54 yards or something like that. I know the line was 57.5 and he came in under it. So whatever his number was, but I think it's just like not quite all the way there yet. And this is probably supposed to be the year where he explodes. I mean, this is it's not a contract year, but I think it's a value building year for him, no doubt about it. I mean, like he's trying to get those numbers back to where they probably should be and could be. And I think if you're him, just kind of in this offense that's a little bit limited or whatever right now, and probably isn't going to be the team that's throwing for 300 yards a week at any point this season. I bet it's probably a little bit, frustrating with what your goals are. But I also know that like every time we talk to him, and this is going on 4 years now, like he's just consistently bringing up like, look, I came from Ohio State. Like I'm not used to losing. Like I think just being in a losing culture probably consistently for all these years too is just something that I legitimately think that bothers him. And there's some guys that, and look, you guys have been in there. Like there's some guys that don't wear the losses the same way as other guys. I think he's someone that like legitimately takes losing very, very hard. And I think that's probably starting to wear on him a little bit too.
Nick, there's a lot of positives. I really do think that you can take from the last couple of games. But what is one thing that just for you hasn't gotten better? You don't see that development, and it's one of the reasons the Saints are 0-2.
Interior blocking, probably.
Yeah,
it just has like McCoy's amazing. There's just a lot of pressure kind of coming through there right now. Caesar had a tough game. They moved Bosa over him, I think 5 times in this game and got, easy wins on those. I mean, that kind of tells you what they're thinking, the opponent, when they're doing that. That's a tough look for you. I don't think that's been good at all. I don't know how it gets better. I don't know if it changes. I don't know what the fix is. But that's a huge issue. And I think that's something that's got to, one way or another, they got to find a way to clean it up. Moore got asked about him yesterday and gave him a vote of confidence. But I'm guessing that's just kind of lip service. That has to be a concern for your team at this point. I mean, the whole build's about having a strong front and letting that be the thing that allows your quarterbacks to kind of, develop and keeps them out of trouble and allows them to make cleaner decisions. And if you're giving up interior pressure, I mean, that's it's in his face immediately. Like that's not conducive for success, and it's counter to the build and what they want to do. So I mean, I would say that would probably be the top thing. I thought the pass rush result was okay week 1. This week it wasn't. That's a little concerning. I want to see what Chase Young does when he gets back. Probably, I would guess this week. That was the timeline when he got hurt. Maybe that fixes it a little bit, but I would say those are the 2 things. And I think those were the 2 things probably coming into the season. Quarterback was obviously on that list too, but I think pass rush and that interior protection were probably the 2 things we talked about most, every Tuesday morning for 6 months coming into the season. I think they're still kind of at the top of that list for me.
You guys are hating on Cesar Ruiz a lot. Like he graded out in the 30s week 1, but low 40s this week. So it's starting to trend. It's trending up. I think by like week 10 or 11, it might be high 40s.
Might be a D.
Might be a D. You never know, guys. So let's be positive. Nick, we knew the roster issues going into the season. We knew that this was not going to be a Super Bowl contending team by any means or any stretch of the imagination, but 2 games in. Where are they in comparison to your expectations before the season?
Honestly, I think they're a little ahead. I mean, I came into the season really looking for bright spots, looking for things that you could hang your hat on to look toward future building and all that stuff. I think the quarterback play has been better than I expected it was going to be, at least immediately out of the gate. Now, I think the factor fiction on that is going to come into play over the next 2 weeks. The Seattle defense is they got some players. I think there's some vulnerabilities overall in their defense, but I think the whole's better than the sum of the parts. And the way they use safeties, I think, is going to make things tough, and we'll see how he reads the field. Julian Love's kind of like Kyle Hamilton Jr., can move all over the field, do a lot of different things. Kobe Bryant, their other safety, former corner, moved back there, very rangy player. They rotate those guys a lot and really muddy up the picture. So we'll kind of see how they read the defense, and that could be a game where they get behind early and you got to see the quarterback throw his way back. If it doesn't happen this week, definitely will next week against Buffalo. So I think as that sample size gets larger, we'll start to get a better feel for it. But, like, I'm encouraged by what we're seeing. And again, like, I don't know what this means, and I'm by no means is it good enough. You don't want to exist in this range. But I think, like, if you were to rank all the quarterbacks in the NFL right now, like, Rattler's probably, like, 25th or something like that. Like, he's not in the bottom. Yeah, like, I don't even know what the number is, but it's encouraging to some degree. I think that's higher than.
I think QBR, he was ranked 17 or 18th right now. And then we talked about, like, if Juwan Johnson comes down with that touchdown, like if can't enough, whatever. But, like, if they complete the pass, Olave completes Juwan, we're talking like top 10 QBR right now.
I mean, on the right of the edge, yeah.
Now, not 0-2, so it doesn't, like, that's the stat that matters.
I mean, they would have won last week probably if he gets that touchdown to Olave early on. And then they might have won. They might have went for 2-1, and they would have had a chance. If both those passes get caught, like, they're like Mike Greenberg and them are probably leading to get up with Rattler, like, 2 weeks in a row. Like, hey, this is a guy, like,
that.
you know. Yeah, so I mean, like, that's incredibly encouraging. I think just overall, like, I just feel like they're building something. I think the coaching staff is still obviously growing and learning and getting better. And I don't think that's unique to him. Like, Ben Johnson's getting roasted for decisions in Chicago. Like, I think you just got to go through the stuff and learn and grow. And I think where the Saints are at right now, it's tolerable. Like, if it's a growing year for the roster and a growing year for the coach, like, I'm fine with that. Like, the results aren't where they need to be. I don't think a lot of stuff is good enough. But like, and I hate to put it like this because it's like so soft and like so participation trophy-ish. But like, I just think this year's about progress, and I feel like we're seeing it right now. But those feelings could come crashing down in 2 weeks, and if they get smoked the next 2 weeks, like, it'll be interesting to see if if they still have the same ball population and the same effort everywhere. Like, that's going to get tested a little bit. But I think right now, 2 weeks in, it feels like it's on track.
Let me ask you just about the operation of everything from Kellen Moore, first-time head coach, because, like, it doesn't look like there's a lot of panic on the sideline. Look, there's some situations, and we could talk about some clock management and stuff in week number 1, but just with a new coaching staff, with new pieces, and a first-time head coach, like, how has that been from maybe your viewpoint, Nick, and also, like, when you talk to other people around the NFL?
Yeah, I think it's spotty. And one of the things I heard from someone when they first hired him, someone with another team that interviewed Moore, I got a text and it was like, hey, look, this guy's like really smart, but I think it's going to take him a while to figure out how to be a head coach. Like, he's going to have to grow into that. And then after week 1, same guy texted me. He's like, remember what I told you? And it's like, yeah, I mean, there's some of this stuff that I think is going to come into play. Like, I thought week 1, the pre-snap stuff was awful. I think that was kind of a result of how the camp went. Like, I think we talked a few times about how, hey, it's a little weird, shorter days. Like, they aren't doing a lot of stuff other than just like straight up team every day. And it's different than anything, I had ever seen. And then they go into week 1 and they have these penalties. But I think, last week the number gets cut in half and the pre-snap stuff was gone. Like, that's a step in the right direction. And if he's going to make mistakes and he can correct them in a week, I'm okay seeing mistakes right now. Like, if we're seeing mistakes in Thanksgiving and some of the same stuff, I'll be way more concerned. I thought it was a little weird this week, and it might have just been a defense thing. Their field was slippery. The players were talking about it being slippery. You saw people slipping on the field, and like, we asked them about it yesterday, and it's like, hey, like, what was your involvement in that? And he was like, they mentioned something, but I didn't really worry about it. And like, I feel like those little details are things that he's going to have to learn to hey, everything does matter. And, it's just weird in my position, like, hearing that when for 15 years, like, we all became masters on grass types and cleat length and what you do. Cause like, those are the details that Sean Payton was into, like, to an exhaustive degree. And it's just like, wow, like, this is like, like it's wildly different. And I think different's okay, but like I think some of that, there's a middle ground that you got to see. But I think he's figuring stuff out. I think it's going the right direction. I think that you see he's obviously like smart. The way, I think he's a really good play caller, really good designer of offense. I think that's apparent. It's just some of the head coaching stuff I think still has to come all the way together. But, a guy that's 36-year-old first time in the role, I think you're going to see it. Also, I think we got the answer to the clock management thing
yes, that's
that we
what
were talking about last week. Yeah, so they were in a situation where they were considering calling a timeout, and Phil Galliano, the special teams coach, came over, and they were discussing it, and then the timeout got called. Previously, Darren Rizzi handled kind of some of that game management aspect. So I think that's the answer. I'm going to seek confirmation on Wednesday, but I will have a firm answer for you next week. But I think that's it. Yeah.
I was wondering if you were able to ask the question, because we were talking about it after we interviewed you last week. Like, if you get a good question from Kellen Moore, like I was saying, we all get it. We all get that one, right? That one goes on the tally board for everybody.
Yeah. So I held off. Like I game planned it, and I held off because it was like he was getting fried for the thing, and it's like I don't want to keep this going on Wednesday, and he's just going to be like, So I was waiting for the smoke to clear a little bit, and like kind of go in there like where it's not. Because it's not an aggressive question, like we've criticized you for it, but yeah, I'm gonna wait till like we get a real answer and not like, are you bringing this up again? So like I just want the information. I'm not trying to make an accusation.
Got to read the room. Smart.
That's right.
Oh man! All right, there he is, our guy Nick Underhill, NewOrleans.football. Always good enough to join us here on Tuesday mornings. Nick, we appreciate the time as always, sir, and we'll catch up again next week.
Yeah. Take it easy, guys.
It's impossible to answer. I was going to ask him, if you're the Saints and you had a top 5 pick right now, which position do you go with? But that's kind of impossible, knowing who is available in the draft and, injuries and certain contract situations and all of that.
That's a fun hypothetical.
But my whole point in thinking about that question was, I would not select or take a quarterback right now.
Mm-mm. Me neither.
I wouldn't
either.
I think there's other things that can help you win right now, and
you don't need
three
young quarterbacks.
Nope, you don't.
Now, if they were,
you already have 3. They re-signed Jake Hayner.
That's true. That's so true.
Like, you do not need another quarterback, go see where you can find one. Like, go get Jameis back.
Yeah, why not? Go get a number 1 receiver.
Go replace Jake with Jameis.
Go get a number 1 dog at a receiver, because this isn't for me. It's not like I'm going to hate on Chris Olave. I think Chris Olave is a really good football player. I think Chris Olave is going to play a long time in the NFL. Do I think there's more in there? Absolutely, I do. Mm-hmm. But, and this isn't LSU bias. It's not, I promise you. But when I turn on the TV, or when the TV's on in the studio and they continue on a loop showing Jamar Chase and Malik Neighbor catches, like Malik Neighbors is going out there and it's like, it's him or nobody when the ball's in the air. Mm-hmm. Like, same thing like with Jamar Chase. Like, it's almost like somebody told him he can't catch.
Yep.
And every single time he wants to prove I can catch it no matter where it's at.
Yep.
And I'm going to be uber aggressive, finding a way to come down with the football. I don't care if a DB's hand is on my face. I'm not going to sit there and get up and do the whole where's the flag? No, I'm just going to go catch the ball.
Yep.
I'm not going to worry about anything else. Chris Olave doesn't have that.
Not right this second.
And so that's what I think you're talking about is that if my quarterback gives me a chance for me is 96% me coming down with the football.
What Nick said about it, the potential of the psychology behind maybe his thought process, it kind of resonated with me about how he takes losing a lot harder than he's coming from Ohio State. When I went to Green Bay, we were 6-10.
Yeah.
And we lost the first game of the season. I go in the locker room. I'm pissed. I didn't play. I'm pissed. I'm like, oh, well, this is going to be terrible.
Yep.
Everybody's laughing in the locker room.
Yep.
I'm like, what?
What are y'all doing?
What are y'all doing? We just lost. Nobody talks. Everyone be pissed.
Yeah.
It's just different. But some people, I can see how being in a losing culture right out of coming up from Ohio State for multiple years, how that can mentally if you don't like overcome it. And then if mentally, it's like the psychology's not there, how your performance can start to go down.
Yeah,
I could see that being an issue, but he's got it. Who cares? Like you got to get over that. You're a pro. You're supposed to be a number one. You have to be better. Yeah, Spencer's got to make that throw better. Got to.
Yeah,
but he's a young quarterback. Like you got to make the play.
Yeah. Again, Malik Neighbors is making that catch. Jamar Chase is making that catch. CeeDee Lamb probably is making that catch.
I'm not saying he's number one. Brandon Cooks is making that catch in that game.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen him make that catch 50 times.
Yeah. Nick just didn't want to give any.
But Nick is right. Nick is right. Spencer, like that is, you get a negative grade, Spencer. Absolutely. Nick is 100% right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, and that's just one example. That's one example, but the way he's running his routes, it doesn't seem mentally or spiritually, whatever you want to say it just hadn't come together for him. And what Nick said kind of resonated with me. Like if he is so mentally beat down from being part of a losing franchise, that can, and if you don't take losing well,
right,
and if you're not used to it and you're not handling it the right way from a psyche standpoint, I can see how that could translate into how he's playing.
All right, we'll step away, and when we come back, let's get into a little OTB mailbag. But before we take this break, so I'm going to give you some time for OTB mailbag questions. Your season, your shot. The NFL season, it's rolling. Every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the National Football League. From first touchdown score to anytime touchdown props or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. So, new customers, this one right now, it is for you. Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly, plus score over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Baton Rouge. That's promo code Baton Rouge. You get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5. Plus, again, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown, it's yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 21 plus, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Licensing part of Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only. And auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go. Slash NFL Sunday Ticket. / terms. Limited time offer. It's not going to be there forever.
OTB mailbag when we come back here on, well, you guessed it, OTB.
Off the bench.
Slash. Get more angry with every slash.
Sports.
BoudreauxElectrical.com. That is the website to go ahead and get that free Generac quote, because it is not too late. Sure, we've had some activity already in the Gulf of America, but it's okay. It is not too late. Over 80 generators right now in stock, ready to go. And it's going to be a quick process. You're going to have them come out, they're going to slab it, install it, and you are ready with the ultimate peace of mind on the North Shore, 985-397-1562, in the greater Baton Rouge area, 225-300-9389.
If you want peace of mind at your house, if you want to protect your home, protect your things, make your life a little bit more comfortable in times when it's just bad weather, and sometimes it's not even bad weather. Things just happen and the power goes out. Get that peace of mind with Boudreaux's Electrical. Go right there. There's a big red button on their homepage to request a free Generac quote. They can size it perfectly to do your whole house. So be the envy of the neighborhood. Keep the lights on. Boudreaux'Electrical.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
All right, welcome back in, OTB. I want to remind you about our friends over at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com. You can schedule your appointment on the website, get that consultation going. You can give them a call. You can go see them Monday through Friday right there on Drusilla in Baton Rouge. If you have a problem, they'll solve it. Rob Van Winkle said that, but also Goodwood.
What kind of problem?
Any problem that you have?
Man problem?
Man problems. Full list of services that they offer right there on the homepage. YourGoodwood.com. YourGoodwood.com. All right, let's get to a little OTB mailbag.
I have this special delivery for off the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
All right, hashtag OTB mailbag. Do y'all think Nuss should rest this weekend to get better for the gauntlet?
I'm actually going to say no. I don't think your offense is good enough. I think you got to find some sort of rhythm.
Okay.
How about you get into a rhythm, score 35 in the first half, then sit him the rest of the game? That'd be nice.
All right, Matthew?
If his injury, I'm going to say injury lightly, if his ailment, whatever's hurting him, if it is affecting the game plan, then yes, sit him.
Alantara?
Which we laid that out a little bit earlier. It might be.
Maybe feels like a hot take, but I think sit him. I mean, you got Ole Miss the next weekend, so at Ole Miss. And again, we go back to this quite a bit, but like, is he injured or is he hurt? You know, and if he's
Joey Hester.
Yeah, if he's injured, then
you injured, you hurt.
let him rest up against Southeastern. You know, and then to go face Ole Miss in Oxford the next weekend, like you got a fully rested Nuss. So I mean, I would like to sit him.
Yeah, if he's got an injury that time can heal, rest can heal. Look, I'm a meathead. Let me go out there and play, but we need you. Mm-hmm. And you do have a backup situation with someone who has 8 SEC starts and played pretty well last year. So you're not putting your team in a deficiency.
Yeah. And it does seem like, based on us like charting the passes earlier in the show, that it could be affecting the game plan. But it also gives a little credence to the message that Brian Kelly's been preaching about the Florida game. We played the game to win.
Yeah.
It looked differently.
Yeah.
And that's how we, like, when he first said it, I was like, yeah, I don't know. That's probably just coach speak for, like, we didn't play good on offense. But, like, if the game plan is set up to where it's dink and dunk, let's try to control the clock. Let's game plan differently because we have a good defense.
And
I don't know. Like, you got to read the tea leaves a little bit here.
Your defense is going to keep you in every single game. And if Michael Van Buren can't go out there and put points up against Southeastern,
I think that's troublesome.
I don't know. Yeah.
But
you should absolutely be able to go out there with him and throttle.
Oh yeah,
Southeastern.
that's not my concern. That's not why I said
I know what you're saying, but
I'm legitimately worried
But to
about
Matt's
the offense.
point, I think you said this earlier. That still puts him going through a full week of practice. That still puts him going through pregame warm-up. That still puts him going through game situations.
Yeah.
And so, like, at that point, he's played. If it's 35-0, he still played.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's really got an element, again, that rest can help with.
Yeah.
Now, if it can't.
Right. I mean, I don't
hell,
know.
you might as well go out there.
I don't know enough about the injury to know if, like, sitting him. Right. But, like, I don't know if sitting him for a week is going to do anything for him. But, I mean, I don't know.
But
from the information that I have, I think, in my opinion, sit him this weekend. And
well, I mean,
almost half your throws are.
We know science here.
Yeah, we do. Over half your throws this season have been less than 5 yards down the field of air travel.
Yep.
You're talking
34 yards is basically your longest attempt.
Right, and your explanation.
Because I don't remember the other one, so I'm thinking that's false.
For the Florida game, we thought it was lip service saying that. Like, we played the game to win. We knew we had a good defense. We just wanted to control the clock, not turn it over, make a big mistake. That's coach speak for saying, like, I don't have a good offense. But that is not the case because we've seen these people play really good offense. So,
I mean, you got Aaron Anderson and Xavier Thomas out there, and you're
Barry
trying to
Brown.
say, right, Barry and Brown is fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, and we're throwing the ball 50% of the time.
Right.
And I know Chris Hilton's mad about his targets right now, but, like,
I think
what's his
is.
Right.
What's the thing that he does?
That's
it's
his
go.
role.
Or right now, if you can't go,
right.
like if you're limited in that.
So I think we charted. I think only 3 passes. It's very few passes, a handful that have gone over 30 yards and even fewer over 35. The average go ball, which is just a wide receiver near the sideline, his outside receiver running a go route. The average completed pass is between 38 and 42 yards down the field on a go route. That's a 5-step drop timing, 1 hitch, let it rip. We always charted it. Your completions on a go route, 38 to 42 yards down the field. There's less than a handful of balls that have even traveled even close to that far this year.
Longest completion through the air this year, not catch and run, but through the air. 24 yards.
Oof. Well, if you want to mention
that's from a gunslinger, too.
Yeah, it's from somebody that can make every throw.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You said there were 3 that went over 30 yards.
Yeah.
You go back and look at the charts, 2 incompletions and an interception.
Yep.
Those were the
And the one that went over 35 yards, I believe, air was, like I said, 5 to 10 yards behind the receiver.
And that was the pick.
Right. And just a standard fast head drop and a hitch, a go route is completed between 38 and 42 yards if it's executed properly.
How do you know? Whatever. Think like you've thrown those before?
Laser rocket arm.
Hell, I think you've thrown me a pass longer than 34 yards.
They were like, well, I don't know about Flynn's draft status. He can't throw it 75 yards. I can throw it 70, but I don't need to. All right, relax, guys.
You doing that realistically.
All right. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Is there anything you want to see from the offense this weekend?
Run game.
Points.
Fullback.
Yeah, points.
I want to
see 3 things in the run game. I want to see running backs be decisive in their cuts, make a decision, and go. I want to see linemen not try to be perfect and climb up to the second level and with bad intentions. And by God, I want to see a fullback again. Those 3 things are what I want to see.
I'll go a little easier than that. I want to see somebody other than Caden Durham get like a decent workload. Like I understand you've worked Harlem Berry into it a little bit. We still haven't seen Caleb Jackson at all, and there's probably reasons behind that. We've seen Juwan a little bit, but like it's kind of been Caden Durham and then Davion Thomas.
I was about to say they use Davion a lot for it too.
You got to earn the right to get carries too.
Yeah, you do. But against Southeastern, like if you want to see what you got, that's the
and
game.
Juwan was doing that and they fumbled. You want to get
that was
you want to get next to Frank Wilson real quick? Fumble.
That was an 8-yard carry that he fumbled.
That was great,
like,
yeah. I mean, he put his foot in the ground a couple times the other night, but he fumbled. So we all know how that goes. I'd love to see, Harlem Berry in this game. Absolutely, for sure. But, again, carries are earned. And when people are like, why is this guy not getting the ball? Look at the stats and kind of look at the production or the lack of production. They certainly need somebody to step up outside of Caden Durham. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Is the pontoon parlay going to get back on track this week, or was it a one and done for maximum effort sort of thing? Whoa, Ricky.
Wow,
Come
shots
on.
fired.
Whoa.
Man. Come on, man.
When have you hit a parlay
Whoa,
weeks in a
Rick.
row?
Yeah, bud. I think technically we're 50%. We're 6-6. We have a lot of real good tries out there.
A lot of good tries.
A lot of good tries. This week we're hitting though for a no.
From the LSU Monster here. What if Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Tyrann Mathieu, Patrick Peterson, OBJ, and Devin White got into a fist fight? Who would come out on top? I'm going Honey Badger. Any fight situation, Honey Badger.
Yeah, Devin White would be tough to beat too.
We talking? Is this street fight?
Yeah.
Are we like street rules or in a ring?
Yeah, street fight.
Street fight.
Honey Badger.
Honey Badger.
Yeah.
All right. Like if we're in a ring, size matters.
Right,
Devin White's coming out on top. Like Jimbo Fisher used to say it, like big guy's always going to win. Like if you're little, you better be special. Like Joe Burrow, you can have all the toughness in the world, but at some point, size and just strength matters.
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Would any of the OTB crew agree to tandem parachute into Tiger Stadium before kickoff to deliver the
Feet on
game
the
ball?
ground, bud.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do it.
No.
Do I have to do anything other than being strapped to somebody else that knows what they're doing?
No.
Yeah, it's fine. Just close my eyes, wake me up when we hit the ground.
It's one of those things that's not on my bucket list at all. Like why?
Nope.
No.
No need.
No need
It's a
to do
no
it.
from me, dog.
Yep.
God made this
We ain't even
beautiful
started the
earth.
conversation.
No.
God made this beautiful earth. I'm gonna keep my feet on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even like getting on planes.
I don't like getting on
love
planes.
it.
I definitely don't want to voluntarily get off a plane.
Yeah,
That
don't
door's
say,
open.
Like
hey,
from a
let
parachute,
me
no
jump
thank
out of this plane. I'm
Nope.
sure it's a great thrill.
And I'm sure
I would pass away midair.
Yeah,
Like just from a
pass
heart
away.
attack.
You're
Now you
done.
pass out, just pass away.
I would pass away midair.
Yeah, and that guy that's in charge of your life that
Yeah.
pulls it, you don't know what he's going
I
through.
don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know his
You
trials
don't know
and
if his wife's
tribulations.
stepping out on him.
Yeah.
That's
What if he's
true.
going through something halfway down? He decides he's not pulling the cord.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Great
exactly.
point.
Y'all seen Breaking Bad when that air traffic controller, he's having this like bad situation at home, bad stuff happening, and he just boom, 2 planes.
You're right. I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah. You don't know.
I'm out.
Could be a crackhead.
My dad used to always say, "Well, I jump out of a perfectly good airplane."
Exactly.
All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back here on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
Go for dose today, tomorrow, Saturday, any day, really. It's a great time. Now, Saturday tailgating situations like the peak time. And I was walking around campus. I told y'all this yesterday, walking around past tailgates and got called, hey, say,
Well,
Dos Equis. And I was proud that they stopped me and showed me the Dos Equis. Now, this patron only had one, not two. Personal choice, I guess. But you can always go for Dos. Okay?
to each their own.
To each their own. But I am proud that he stopped me and let me know that he was enjoying that ice cold Dos Equis. You should as well. It is a part of game day. Get your tent, get your TV, get your generator, and get your Dos Equis.
That's right. Stay thirsty, my friends. Go for Dos. Get that delicious ice cold Mexican lager with either the green can with 2 X's on it or the green glass bottle. That's my favorite. Whatever it is, cut you a lime and enjoy. Go for Dos. Drink responsibly.
I'll always be there. And when you're in doubt,
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
take a look all around. And I'll be there. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. But if you wait around,
Good song.
I did not come in today expecting, an 80s vibe, but it's made this Tuesday bearable. And Tuesdays are typically unbearable.
This has been a
You know what I
nice
mean?
little Tuesday.
It's been a nice little Tuesday.
It's been good energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I don't hate this Tuesday.
I hadn't
Yeah.
been sleepy at all.
I know.
And Alondra,
Last
that's
Tuesday?
DJ Alondra over there.
Yeah, shout out DJ
Let's
Alondra.
go.
I need like a air horn. Yeah.
Somebody asked in the fog machine.
If we had a fog machine in here, that'd be badass.
Great. That'd be
Every
awesome.
intro, I would just.
Yeah.
Wait, somebody asked you what?
Somebody asked if we should do 80s Tuesdays going on.
Should we?
I mean,
I actually
in the
like
day.
that we have themes.
I do too.
Should we do them for every day?
But we also reserve the right to change just on a whim.
Yeah.
Or we
we
can
can-
have I guess Thursday, since now R&Bs are on Wednesday. Like
This is a
Thursday can be a wild and out, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Tuesday 80s, Wednesday R&B,
We can
Friday
ditch
funk.
we can ditch Funky Friday too.
I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna make the executive decision.
Maybe just 1 hour.
Well, it's
Okay.
not that.
I think the closer song's good.
It's
Closer
not the
song's great.
music.
Well, yeah.
It's the fact that we're playing it because of you.
Yeah, I can't
And on
hear it.
Friday, me and Alondra noticed you never have your headset on. So
I know. I hear some of it. I
Well, I'm
definitely hear
also
Slam
just,
Dunk
like,
the funk.
I told you that I went down a rabbit hole. Was it last Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was running out of funk songs, and I'm not. I obviously know
You're not that funky?
I know the hits. I'm not that funky though. So I went on down a rabbit hole. Started with James Brown, The King, and I've got some.
It's
But
too
I
hot
think
in
I
hot
think
tub.
it's something
Can't
we
get
gotta just
in hot tub.
retire.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you.
All right, we got some more film to watch.
We do. Okay, so this is a great job by Matt pulling up this play. I come back in. We were talking about it, and it shows you. I don't want to say how perfect you have to be, but kind of you do.
Yep.
It's a perfect example of like all 11 guys working in unison. I don't think there's any more part of football that plays than the run game.
Mm-hmm.
And how close you can be. How close you can be.
Mm-hmm. So we are in 11 personnel here. So what they're trying to do, they line up with Bauer out wide. And it's really, line a tight end out wide or running back to see if you can get a man zone read early. Mm-hmm. So look, check it out. We line him up outside. We got a linebacker outside. Okay. What do you know? What do you think that is?
Man, I'm going to say that's man coverage.
That's going to be man coverage. You got a linebacker on a tight end. He's motioning in with it. So we all know it's man-to-man at this point, right? Even the receivers should know it's man-to-man. Everybody should be cued in on their pre-snap keys, okay?
Yeah.
So what we're doing here, Jake and I were just trying to decipher what this play. This is a stretch to the right. A stretch means there's an inside zone, there's an outside zone, and then there's a stretch play, which is like way outside zone. You're stretching the defense, trying to get outside.
Now, and it's still like a zone concept because you can hit it in multiple different places. It's not like a gap scheme where it's A gap or B gap. But this is with the footwork that I see from Caden Durham and the blocking and kind of the footsteps that they're taking, this is a stretch. And
the stretch play, you can see the right tackle and the tight end. They're stretching out to that guy. They're going to try to hook him. Right tackle's never going to look great and powerful on a stretch, but it's your job to hook him. And he got him hooked right there. The tight end, make sure he pushes him down in there so he can't hook him, gets to the second level.
That's a great job by Bauer Sharp.
The center, I was critical to the center when I first saw this because I thought it was outside zone.
Yeah.
And which, if it was just a regular zone play, you would see the center work straight up to 29. 59, 56 doing a good job. 75 does a good job. 10 does a good job. Everything is good for an outside stretch to bounce outside, except for one critical mistake that the offense did. It's man-to-man. You have a receiver in what is called a nasty split, which is a tightened down split from an outside receiver. It's in man-to-man. In a man-to-man rule, run your guy off.
Because he's not worried about the run.
He's not worried about the run at all.
He's got his eyes on you.
So watch what happens. We decide to go take the safety, and we leave our guy, and it flashes color for Caden Durham. You can see Caden is running to the outside and does not stop until that corner down here, you point at it.
Right here.
It flashes blue.
Yeah. And as soon as he sees free blue because he decides to go to safety. Now, I still, honestly, I'd like to see Caden Durham go one-on-one with a corner. I still like Caden Durham in that matchup. But for him, he sees what now is an unblocked guy, where if the receiver just right now, just outside release and just goes down the field, that corner is in his hip and he's following him the entire way, and you have that corner, you're on the 20-yard line, you're at the numbers, and it is you one-on-one with a safety.
Yep.
And I like Caden Durham in that matchup because there's a lot of space. Just simply by a receiver taking an outside release and running him off in man coverage.
And watch the stripe of his helmet. You can always tell where they're looking by the stripe on a helmet. We always look at quarterbacks. Where are you looking with the ball? Because I can see your stripe. Watch Caden Durham's stripe. He's looking outside of Bauer Sharp over here. I'm going to slow motion it for you.
Where he wants to hit it.
Looking at where he wants to hit it. Outside, and then he turns. Boom.
And if he doesn't see that color flash, man, he is hitting the sideline. And look, he is one move away from making the safety miss and hitting his head on the goalpost on the other side in the south end zone.
And for a stretch play, there is no other reason in the world to line your tight end out to get a man zone read than to tell that receiver his responsibility. You either run your guy off in man, or if it's zone, come off and block him. You get the most threatening guy, the corner or the safety. Who's the biggest threat?
Yeah, that safety's playing so far back. That's me. That's my guy. I'm the running back. You can't block everybody. All right, they got one more than you because of the quarterback. Okay, so I've got to make him miss. That's on me. Like certainly when he's coming from depth right there. So leave that guy for me.
So guess
what?
If
I can't make him miss, they'll get somebody else in there that can.
Week 3, those are the little things that you watch on film and you clean up. Those are the things that you do clean up walkthroughs afterwards to clean that stuff up. That's why teams get better, because the little things get a little bit better every single week.
I know we got to take a break. Easy, I'm not saying it's a bad read from Caden. Actually, the color flashing right now, that's what it kind of tells you to do, is try to go find something back inside, because, again, on the stretch, you can hit it on multiple places. I'm just saying, like, he could have tried to press it and maybe make that guy miss. Now, he also could have got tackled for no gain right there on the line of scrimmage, but if the receiver just runs that guy off.
But that's what we're talking about. Like, you want to engage, you want to clean up the little things, because a running back, things are happening at like a fractions of a split second, right? So when you see color flash, that's what makes you go.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll do it now. More OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com. Sign up for residential or commercial service right there on the website. Hell, you can do it for both, actually. Who am I to say you can't have both? At your house and your business. You can do that. Roll-off dumpsters, they got 3 different sizes to choose from. Make sure you have the right size. Tell them what you got going on, your project at your home or your business. And they're going to say, okay, well, here's the size you need. And if you told them bad information, guess what? They'll come empty that thing and bring it right back to you. It's the kind of service you get every single time with Trash Rangers.
That's right. Residential trash cans, trash pickup, commercial dumpsters. And you need 1 pickup, 2 pickup, 3 pickup, 5 pickups a week. It doesn't matter. They can handle any trash. You know, yeah, they also do porta potties. So if you got an event, you got a construction site, if you're in need of that portable restroom for your crew, whatever it is, they can handle it. Anything that has to do with trash. I know, yeah. How about texting you the night before to remind you to take that trash out? I forgot last week. Wasn't good. My bad. Tell me, trashrangers.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
All right, welcome back. Yeah, go to GCOPnet.com, GCOPnet.com, Gulf Coast Office Products, Saints, the Pelicans, the Raging Cajuns, and, of course, your Tigers. That is who they trust. You'll trust them as well because they're going to get it done every single time, GCOPnet.com.
That's a short seg.
Sorry, we got the film.
That's all. That's all us. Time management, clock management.
It's okay. We
Les
love you.
Miles
And we
of
did it
Local Sports
extended
Radio.
off the bench, which is basically Ask the Bench. So,
Pretty much the same thing.
no, it's not. Completely different. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Later.
Off the bench.
All right, go to rouses.com. Rouses.com is the website. And Alondra was telling me about something pretty cool about Alondra. I'm going to throw it back to you here about the spread and Rouses and the promotion they got going on.
Yeah, Rouses wants to cover your spread. So if you want your tailgate covered by Rouses, you can go to our website, 1045ESPN.com. and register for your chance to win a $250 gift card from Rouses. We're going to be giving one away every single week to cover your spread.
That's pretty awesome. Great deals and local, as Rouses always is. And we're going to be there every single Friday during the football season. So go get ready for game day at Rouses and Rouses.com.
That's right. Go see them in your local market. Rouses right there. We all know you got to go shopping. You got to get ready for the game. You got to get ready for the week every single day. Make sure you go to someone that cares about Louisiana, puts back into the state right there. Rouses. Rouses.com.